Yoga is the observer effect. So, just a quick recap of what the observer effect is. If you've ever heard of the double slit experiment, imagine this: a blank screen on a wall, and in front of that screen is another screen with two slits cut out in it. Now you have this particle gun that shoots towards the first screen, the one with the two slits. And when you shoot particles at that screen, you end up with two lines on the back wall or the back screen. When scientists then allowed water to hit this first screen, on the back screen turned into an interference pattern of many lines. When then shot one electron at a time, one particle at a time at the screen, what happened, electron being a particle, or at least assumed to have been a particle, what happened is on the back screen showed the interference pattern that the wave has shown. So this is weird, right? That a particle is acting like a wave. The interference pattern of a wave looks like a particle. So scientists, names not mentioned, just do some research. You will be able to find all this information and memorize it however you want it. And so they decided to put up an apparatus, an observation apparatus, to see what had happened there. Why did the electron go from wave to particle? So they've set this little thing up just like the camera is here and watched as they shot one electron at a time. As they did such, on the back screen there was two slits. But wait, when you didn't observe it, it was an interference pattern of many lines. But when then you observe it with a tool, an observation tool, it creates just two slits. So this scientist thought, well, is a particle a wave? Or is an electron a wave or a particle? And when we look at particles or materials, are they just waves as well? So this is the observer effect, changing the observation of the experiment because observing the experiment itself changed what was observed. In yoga, just imagine you're sitting in a comfortable position. You're crossed legs, easy pose. Try that. Bring your heels towards your tailbones, spread your knees, hands on your knees, and extend your spine. Gauge your core root through your sits bones and feel comfortable, okay? Now close your eyes and imagine yourself in the exact position that you're in. Now just watch and observe what you see. Now as you focus on your breathing here, let your breath create what you're imagining in your mind. If you allow yourself, without distraction, to observe the waves of thoughts going on, you can start to control the fluctuation of your breath. Your breath then changes the body as it sits. Then the body becomes what you're observing inside your mind. Now this is a cool thing. Your imagination is like the waves of the interference pattern. Now if you keep observing your imagination clearly and long enough, in any pose you are in, this is also another good way to create a better connection with your breathing control and breath restraint. So, when you observe your imagination and you discipline yourself to really see that picture without any bias of if it's ever going to enter your body or not, you may start to become the observer effect. You may eventually, over time, there is no ruler of time, truly. So you must allow patience to be your best friend when you're trying to create an observer effect in your yoga practice. So there's waves of possibilities, whatever easy pose could be in your body. And you think of that one way that you would like to see your body sit in easy pose. So as long as you can concentrate on observing that one way, the certain way of being in the pose, you start to feel your breath transforming your body. Now, of course, once you look in the mirror and you say, oh, I'm in that pose, you could go back and revert to an older position, because the ego, it can stop the observer effect from working to its fullest potential in a yoga practice. So let go your ego. Allow yourself to really concentrate on that imagination. And as you observe this, you become what you've observed. See, that is where this idea can really come into play. So if you decide you're working on your breath, for example, the breath, it comes from your diaphragm, this muscle gets stronger, eventually it starts to resonate throughout your entire body as strength. So you can focus on one cycle as you picture that perfect cycle, or just watch and observe this invisible muscle, this diaphragm muscle in your section. You have to imagine it. If you imagine it for long enough, you'll start to observe what is the breath. And therefore, the body will start to integrate into a better vessel for this muscle that moves all the energy through your body. If you do it in a pose, any pose you want to imagine how you'd like to be, you observe that space, and slowly but surely the breathing, your breath, will form your body and change it slowly into what you picture. This takes some mental discipline, so put in effort now, get some consistency in your practice, really develop the discipline that you're looking for, and just be in the moment, be in the present. Because if you're going to do this while you're not practicing, well, you're missing one of the key components of the observer effect. You want to be in the moment, observing, learning, watching, not trying to make anything happen. You're just watching something happen, one breath at a time, just like those scientists observed something happen, one electron at a time, until the outcome came. That's it. Take your time having fun with this idea. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that is what you want to find. Find what resonates with you, because that will create your dreams. And in yoga, dreams are supposed to be made, they're supposed to be unraveled, and they're supposed to be questioned. So have a great day. The light in me sees the observer in you. Namaste.